everybody who gets on camera for the first time, or maybe even the first couple times, feels the same way, that fear and anxiety. And today, we're going to talk about tips about how to get over that fear. Let's be honest, being in front of a camera is weird. Like just right now, I'm in front of a camera talking to you, and it's weird. I've got a light in my face, there's a microphone right up here, I got a camera here. A lot of times we're just self-conscious about the way we look, about the way we act, about our hand movements, all those things that we don't necessarily notice when we're just talking to people in public really gets amplified on camera. And God forbid you're trying to remember what you're trying to say or recite a script with a bunch of keywords and things like that. Like, oh, mind-blowing, right? I mean, fear and anxiety to the max. And while I've done hundreds of videos just by myself, as well as for other people, it didn't always start this way. Check these clips out.
We find that we end up using about 5 different contract types throughout the years. Starting with T&M, fixed fee percent complete, retainer, and not to exceed. Let's talk visibility. As professional services leaders, we are always guilty of looking backward. At the end of the month or the quarter, management teams gather to review performance. They look at the numbers, successes, and failures. This is a dangerous tactic and encourages continual after-the-fact management.
What's up, everybody? I'm Patrick Fuller, and today I thought we would talk. Today I thought we'd do something a little bit different and try out a new series called Deep Thought Thursday.
Today I thought we would talk about delivery templates and operationalizing routine tasks. Roll that intro.
What you can't tell in those clips, and maybe you could, is how absolutely nerve-wracking that is, especially when you're trying to do it by yourself. Oh. So here's a few tips that I use with my clients on how to kind of get over that fear. And there's things I use myself as well. My first tip is simple. It's practice. The more you can be comfortable with what you're going to say, and the more you can pull from experience or pull from feeling, the better off it's going to be, and the less you're going to fear it. My second tip, and this isn't something that you do in particular, but me as a producer will say 3, as in we're going to take this 3 separate times, which means even if you nail the first one, we're going to do a second one and a third one. Why, you ask? Because by the time you do the third one, you have physically loosened up and your face is a little bit looser and you're smiling more. And because quite honestly, you just practiced 2 other times, and 100% of the time, that third take is the best. My third tip sounds a bit harsh, but reality is just get over it. Stare into the lens as if you were trying to talk to somebody on the other side of the camera. It helps that I get to do this nearly every day, but the reality is it's not that much different than talking to somebody else, right? You look at them in their eye, this is just a giant eyeball. This next tip I actually made a separate video about, and it's using multiple takes and multiple cameras. And if you're not going to be center frame, and you don't always have to be, then you can be off to one of the thirds talking off camera, and you can quickly get over your fear talking to the camera if you're not even looking at it. And the fact that you can use multiple takes also helps. My last tip is really just work with somebody who's done it before, because the experience is invaluable, not from the act of talking on camera, but all the things that lead up to it. I wrote in my book about the 3 things that I like to do to warm up the guest if I'm doing an interview, or warm up the subject, asking them questions, doing mic checks, doing video checks. The more time that you can spend in front of the camera not thinking about being in front of the camera, the more relaxed you'll be and the less fear you'll have. Okay, that's it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.
To document or not to document? That is the question. Let's say you're starting a new professional services company, or maybe you have a professional services company and